answered.
Absolutely, we've got so many good players going forward. You know, when they go behind, we've seen it when they, especially away from home, when they come out firing, they've got players like Pogba and Bruno, you know, they're outstanding. Marcus Rashford, Martial, they've got so many options. But when they start going negative, Ollie's made a few substitutions there and he's bringing on McTominay at Sheffield United, where they've only got 1 point all season, just to shore it up, bringing off Martial. Do you know what happens? They sink deeper and deeper and they just keep taking punches, and in the end something might fall for a team like Sheffield United, who should not be beating Manchester United, and they will score an equaliser and then you throw away 2 points. They got away with it tonight, they've got away with it throughout the season, they're in a fantastic position, let's face it. You know, as much as we're talking very negatively about Manchester United, they win their extra game in hand. They're right on the charts. They go second in the Premier League and they haven't even started. As soon as Ollie realises they're better when they're on the front foot, put as many offensive players on that pitch as you possibly can, the better. Because they will certainly have a chance for the Premier League if they do.
So much of reasons for that. We were a little bit sloppy. 3-1 up, we could have scored. We created some good chances. The corner that led to the second goal wasn't the corner, but then when it goes in, it's really difficult at the end, because they are a handful, a very unorthodox way, but very direct and physical, and it made it hard for us.
Your goalkeeper, Dean Henderson, you gave him a go. Not a good start for him, a wonderful finish for him.
Yeah.
Sum up his night.
Yeah, good, bad and the ugly, maybe in a different chronologic order, but it's a test and a learning. It's always learning. You know, he comes back here and he's probably been looking forward to this for a long while, and to get that start, he just shows his character in the rest of the game. Speaking to Marcus Rashford, he said he really enjoyed the rare chance to have Martial and Greenwood and Fernandes alongside him. Yeah. It hasn't happened a lot. What dimension does that add, and what did you see in Marcus particularly tonight? Obviously with the pace and the skill in these boys, the quality of the touches and movements. I thought all 3 goals were excellent. Then again, I wanted to test them here today because we knew it was going to be a physical test, a fight. They're going to get kicked. They're going to get kicked late after they've been over physical at times. Because no, you mentioned a few things to Chris at the end there. Yeah, I don't mind a fair tackle, but when it's like a second after the tackle's been made, and there was a couple right in front of me. So, but I think it's one of these games that these boys will learn from. It's a proper game, and it's like football should be. So I apologized. I went maybe overboard with the word, but that's we'll have a drink after me and Chris.
Okay, so they're friends again, the two men.
Well done. 6 away wins out of 6 in the Premier League. Was it a little bit more nervous than it should have been now at the end?
You know, it's football. It gets like that, and once again we've done well to respond. You know, going a goal behind, scoring 3 goals, and then of course late on, if we don't kill the game off, it's going to be tough at a place like this. So today we didn't get anything that we didn't expect. They fought for every ball. They wanted to win the game, and they fought for 90 minutes. And you know, in the end we managed to get the 3 points.
It's only the second occasion you started this season with Greenwood, Martial and Fernandes. How much does that help your game? The freedom it offers, the different dimension? Yeah,
I think you know, we have the potential to rotate a lot going forward, and that type of free-flowing football is what we enjoy to play in most. So you know, we have to do as well as we can with the team that the manager picks, and you know, that's our job as players, and today we got it right.
The third United goal, your second, was exceptional. The move. Were you aware of the role the referee played in it, the advantage?
Yeah, he played advantage, and you know, in the end that's probably why we get the goal, because it is a foul earlier on in the play. But you know, from there it's about reaction and runs and passes, and you know, when we play one touch like that, we can do that against every team in the league. So now, sort out the home form. You've got championship title winning away form. Simple, yeah? Yeah, it sounds simple, but you know, the difficulty is doing it, and it's something that we have to put right. We have to perform better at home, and you know, ultimately pick up more points. And you know, as players, we just try and take it one game at a time and just keep trying to win games, which is what United do. But finally, if you look at the table now, you win that game in hand, you're 2 points behind Liverpool. This is a title potential season, isn't it? I think, like I said before, we take it one game at a time. It's early on in the season. There's a lot of football to be played, and it's going to be a lot of ups and downs for everyone. So we have to try and find consistency like we found away from home. We need to find that at home, and then we'll see where we are later on in the season.
Well done tonight. Thank you.
Well, understandably, Marcus Rashford a little reluctant to say it, so I'll ask Tim instead. Is that away form, with a little bit of home results, title-winning form?
It really is. I mean, you have to look at... we don't think they've played well up to now. I mean, we're not overcritical of Manchester United. We just expect so much from them because we know they've got fantastic players going forward. I've still got question marks over them defensively, especially with a centre-back partnership. I think Lindelof and Maguire are not good enough. But are they any worse than any other one in the team, in the Premier League? And certainly now Liverpool are struggling with their centre-back partnership. We've got a central midfield player and a kid was on loan at Kidderminster last year. So, listen, they're better than most. It's a strange old league. For us to be so critical about Manchester United pretty much all season and them to win their game in hand and go second in the Premier League, you have to give them a chance. And when you've got quality like Marcus Rashford and Fernandes and Pogba, I think you've got a chance. Are we saying Tottenham are in the title race? I think we are. I think we are saying that. But they're nice and solid. They've got a way of playing. They play counter-attacking football. It's not pretty on the eye, but it doesn't have to be.
But if United win their game in hand, they're above Tottenham.
They've got Son and Kane, exactly. I mean, this negative cloud over Man United seems to never go away. But the facts are, they're going to be second in the league when they beat Burnley away from home, and I expect them to do that in their game in hand. No, when?
What did you make of Marcus Rashford there, saying we were playing our free-flowing football and that's what we enjoy most?
It's like Marcus, the boys play PlayStation, yeah? And if they set Man United, which they'll all play with Man United, they'll put all the attacking players on the pitch. They'll probably only have 3 defenders on the pitch, if that. Really, if Tim was going to manage Man United, I'd almost guarantee you he'd play that front 3. He'd play Martial or Cavani, he'd play Mason Greenwood, he'd play Marcus, he'd play Pogba, Fernandes, and then the rest of the boys say, I don't care what you do, but just stay back. That front 5 are going to score goals, they're going to win or something. That front 5, just stay back and defend. I don't care if it's 4-2, I don't care if it's 3-2 like tonight, but play the attacking players. Marcus wants to play with more attacking players. They're playing, a lot of their goals come on the counter-attack where they're running into space. They got to trust that front 5 to go and destroy teams. That front 5 is as good as anyone's in the whole league, as good as Chelsea's. Trust the boys to play together and let them figure it out. Give them 10 games, say, guys, I'm going to trust you to play together, even if it's a train wreck at times. Try and figure it out. Try and figure it out. And the defenders, just stay back.
Yeah.
I don't need you to attack.
When they were at their best, that's pretty much what they did. You know, if you had Steve Bruce, you had Pallister, you know, you had Gary Neville, who wasn't the greatest going forward. Dennis Irwin, you know, they pretty much stayed where they was. You know, yes, they backed up Beckham and now and again on the left and right hand side, Giggsy on that side, but they were the solid base. They had the best goalkeeper in the world in Peter Schmeichel in behind, and they just said, you lot attack. You got one number 6. You'd have Roy Keane in there. They need that. It was Matic tonight. It could be McTominay. It could be Fred. So they've got options in that area, and the rest of them have to be given the rein to go and play. Interchange, rotate position, forward runs. They've all got something different. But when you watch them in training, we've been there. When you play with players in training who can play, you combine around them. You love it. When you're picking a 5-a-side team, you don't pick the ones who can go and put a tackle in. You pick the ones who can drop their shoulder, go past someone and score a goal. They've got plenty of them. Ollie has to get them on the pitch.
OK, and when you look at the away form, and I know there's no supporters in most of these grounds at the moment, away from Old Trafford, 6 away wins in a row. 6 times they've come from behind. 6 times they've scored 3 or more goals in each game.
The best part of the Man United team is the attack, by far. Yeah, they got issues still. We're not 100% sure in goal. We're not 100% sure about the defence. Fullbacks don't get assists like Liverpool. So forget them then. Let them stay back.
That's not coincidence, is
No,
it?
exactly. So trust the attacking players, which are the best players. Every team, every coach, doesn't matter who it is, you build around the best players that you have. The best players at Manchester United are in attacking areas. There's a front 5 as good as anyone's anywhere. Those goals show. Man United get 3-4 goals a game. Easy. They could do it in their sleep. They did it today. And they could get more. And I just think if you trust the boys to figure it out, give them 10 games together and say, guys, figure it out. Yeah, attacking-wise, wherever people pick up positions, we'll show some clips after of Bruno and Paul playing together beautifully. They don't even have to look at each other, Steve, to figure it out.
But the obvious question, I can hear Man United fans screaming at the screen is, we're looking at those results. They are away from home. A lot of the time, they're on the counter-attack. How do they transform the home form to try and get numbers and results like that away from home?
Or select players who could do a bit on the ball, as many as possible when you're at home. When teams come and they sit back and there isn't the space in behind for the Rashfords and the Martials and the Greenwoods with their pace to get at them. When they sit back, when they sit deep, what do you need? Bruno Fernandes doesn't have problems, but the problem Man United has, sometimes it's only him on the pitch to open up the team. You need Pogba on there.
Exactly.
You need Pogba, you need Fernandes, you need Donny van der Beek. They're the guile. You need them players on the pitch, and there's many of them. Because when I pass it to you, if you can't play, the only way we're going to get through is if you give it to me again. But if you can play as well, you'll drop your shoulder, you'll go past someone, you'll break lines with your movement, you have a disguised pass. They need to get the guile on the pitch. Man United fans, and we've been used to it. I played against it. He's played in the side, but I've played against Man United sides. The best Man United sides have numerous 6, 7 players who can change the game. Match winners. They need to get the match winners on the pitch.
Steve, think about it, right? Man United are the best when Bruno creates, right? Bruno creates, and every time he gets them out of trouble. The problem is when Bruno has a bad game, and he's had a couple, all of a sudden, who's going to create? No one. So if Bruno has a bad game, you've got Pogba there. Pogba created 2 goals today. He had some fabulous moments again, and Bruno was pretty quiet. So Tim's right. Get the 2 architects on the pitch with that front 3, plus Cavani still to come back into the side. There's enough in there to destroy teams. Who cares? You might concede 2 at the back. You might concede 3 at the back. But these boys might get you 5. And that's the way Sir Alex played.
The way I gauge it is I put myself in the other dressing room. So if I'm Chris Wilder tonight, when an hour before kickoff, when that team sheet comes in, I'm looking at it, I'm thinking, please don't be Pogba, Fernandes, Rashford, Martial, Greenwood. Oh, they're all on there. Oh. And so does the team feel like that as well. 100%. What they want to see on there, they want to see Fred, Matic, McTominay, stodgy players. Good players, but they're good if they got the blend. They're not all good together. If you put them all in your team, then there's not enough guile. If you're the opposition manager and the team in that opposition dressing room, you do not want to see the players who can be match winners. You don't want them. And they've got them at their disposal. They just don't use them enough when teams sit back against them.